2015 proved to be another history-making year in music, from Adele's record-setting return to The Weeknd's rise from the underground to Drake and Meek Mill's Twitter beef served around the world. So many music moments from this past year already have their page in the history book of pop culture, but only 10 make the cut on our countdown. This is Revolt News's Top 10 Music Stories of 2015. I'm Amrit Singh for Revolt News. Thanks for joining us as we count down the year's 10 biggest music stories that dominated our daily conversations. We kick off our countdown with a dance music legend whose 2 decades of anthemic hit-making transcends genres and generations. Back in April of this year, Kaskade made history at Coachella as the music festival's first EDM mainstage headliner. The iconic DJ's awe-inspiring audio visuals were rivaled only by the record-breaking number of attendees that took in the set, and his performance makes our list at number 10. Prince, Daft Punk, Jay-Z, Paul McCartney, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Kanye West, and many more of music's most iconic acts have graced the main stage at Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival over the past 15 years, delivering some of the most discussed performances in pop culture history.
It's go crazy, man. I can't wait to do it next week. It's going to be even crazier.
What up, this is A-Track, live at Coachella. The vibe is dope, man. Every year Coachella is always like just good vibes, good times with everyone, great weather, music is good.
Coachella has seen a significant rise in DJ bookings in recent years, but no dance act quite matched Indio regular Kaskade's over-the-top $500,000 production this past April. While Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's jaw-dropping 2012 set alongside the first-ever hologram of hip-hop icon Tupac Shakur remains the largest crowd in the festival's lifespan, Kaskade's performance at Sunset during Weekend 1 this year clocked in a close second. Ahead of the release of his 10th studio album, Automatic, the 44-year-old DJ legend played to a reported 75,000 spectators, the daily number of visitors permitted. Kaskade also earned a 2016 Grammy nomination for Best Remixed Recording for his work on Galantis' anthem Runaway. It marks his 5th nomination to date. 2015 was the year Tropical House hit big. From Omi's chart-topping debut Cheerleader to Kygo's slate of hits including Firestone, island-inspired sounds permeated top 40 radio and our streaming playlists. Thank Tropical House pioneer Kygo for the genre's swift rise, beginning with his late 2014 remix of Kyla LaGrange's Cut Your Teeth. The 24-year-old stepped into the world spotlight thanks to breezy records like his remix of Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing and his original tracks like Stole the Show and Nothing Left. All that, and he's had major festival bookings at Coachella, Ultra, and Lollapalooza, and he's embarking on a solo arena tour at the top of next year.
Right there when I wanna. All these other girls are tempting, but
Enter Jamaican reggae singer Omi and his wildcard summer anthem Cheerleader, which went on to sell around 5 million copies worldwide, hitting number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her.
DJ producer Thomas Jack, often credited for spearheading the movement, capped 2015 with the first ever Tropical House tour. While critics anticipate Tropical House to cool down in 2016, its influence over this past year has been undeniable. Taylor Swift brought a new meaning to the term squad goals with the extensive list of cameos and superstar lineup of surprise guests she had in every single city for her 1989 world tour, and for that reason, she is number 8 on our countdown. That was a clip of Taylor and Fetty Wap from her Seattle tour stop back in August. While the pop star probably hasn't been in the kitchen cooking pies, she did manage to land one of the year's hottest artists to join her on stage. Swift and the band of sisters Haim took the grade school idea of making up cheesy dances with your friends to a new level when they performed with Nelly in his hometown of St. Louis. 2015 superstar The Weeknd rocked the stage with Swift to perform Can't Feel My Face in New Jersey.
Don't worry about
Swift also brought out the ultimate rock star, lead singer of the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, and rock out they did. And if you can get one rock star, why not get two? Aerosmith's Steven Tyler joined Taylor in Nashville. With the whole women's U.S. soccer team, Wiz Khalifa and Justin Timberlake, Taylor Swift takes the cake for the most star-studded tour of the year and possibly of all time. With her tremendous return, Adele took the music industry into uncharted territory. After the diamond-selling success of her second album, 21, in 2011, Adele went on to receive a Golden Globe and an Oscar for the 2012 Bond theme song Skyfall, and she also became a mother.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is amazing.
3 years went by with no new music, and then an unexpected TV commercial aired in October of this year during a broadcast of the X Factor in the UK, signaling Adele's highly anticipated first single, Hello.
After all these years, you'd like to meet.
The British megastar broke nearly every industry record in the US and beyond with the release of her comeback record in October and with the full-length album 25, which came in November. Outdoing NSYNC's 2000 album No Strings Attached, 25 sold a whopping 3.38 million copies in its first week alone, and it currently sits at over 5 million sold in the US, and that number could reach 8 million by year's end. 2015 proved one thing: no matter the genre, this is Adele's world, and we're just crying in it. Coming up on Revolt's Top 10 Music Stories of 2015, what did Skrillex and Diplo do to resurrect one pop star's career? And was this the year of Fetty Wap? Keep it here, we're getting closer to our big number one. Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in to Revolt News' Top 10 Music Stories of 2015. Our countdown has already spotlighted major artists like Taylor Swift and Adele, and we're not even halfway done. So who could have possibly made an even bigger splash in 2015? Leave it to the most distinctive voice of hip-hop this year, Fetty Wap. The New Jersey rapper's breakout year makes our list at number 6.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
When New Jersey rapper Fetty Wap appeared on the national stage about a year ago, people may have underestimated him. Initially, his song Trap Queen, which pays affectionate homage to his now ex-girlfriend, seemed to be in competition with OT Genesis's Coco as rap's most instant and fleeting novelty hit of late 2014. But naysayers soon learned Fetty Wap had more to say. The rapper and singer from Paterson, New Jersey went from being virtually unknown to being the artist of choice, blasting out of every car driving down the block.
Strip club, we be letting bands go. Everybody hate who we just call them fans though. In love with the money, I ain't never letting go. And I get high with my baby.
In addition to Trap Queen, Fetty lit up the charts with Again.
I'm trying to spend it all who I got it with. Hey, she my trap queen, let it hit the band though. Hey,
My Way.
Baby, won't you come my way?
And 679.
Benjamin's all in my pocket. I traded in my trues for some robins.
Riding high on the success of his singles, he released his debut self-titled LP in September and followed up his highly anticipated album with a 5-track EP titled For My Fans. Not all of Fetty Wap's year went smoothly. Just a day after his full-length album release, Fetty was involved in a serious motorcycle accident, colliding head-on with another vehicle.
He's very lucky. What we heard and what we saw when he passed our house, he's very lucky to be alive.
Rapper Fetty Wap may have to thank these people for taking care of him following his motorcycle accident. They're in this photo, helping the rapper after a severe collision.
Fetty broke his leg in 3 places, causing him to cancel many tour dates for recovery. Unfortunately, he's still feeling the effects of the crash, revealing on Twitter that he was back in the hospital for his knee in early December. The New Jersey MC did get some good news to round out the year by snagging 2 Grammy nods for his debut single Trap Queen. There's no way to deny that Fetty Wap conquered 2015, and for that, the Trap King is our Rookie of the Year. Record companies are being forced to change the way they think about doing business in the age of the internet. In 2015, the pressure was on with streaming newcomers like Apple Music and Tidal making waves.
Thank you so much for being here today. This is the beginning of a whole new era.
Remember that time when the music world's biggest artists stood together on a stage to fight for a higher quality listening experience and to state that artists deserve more money for their work? Well, Tidal did highlight the fact that there are real systematic problems when it comes to artist compensation on services like Spotify, but an overwhelming majority of the public viewed the Tidal press conference as out of touch, and the company dealt with rampant internal issues like going through 3 CEOs in less than 1 year.
It's about putting art back into the forefront. It's about bringing humanity back to being an artist, not technology art, human art. They're the carrier, we're the artists. Somehow things shifted and we went into the background and it has to come forward.
Despite all the drama, Tidal has persevered, holding massive concert series and rewarding its members with exclusive content. In June, Apple Music threw its hat in the streaming arena, signaling that streaming has become a mainstream phenomenon. But guess who isn't into it? Adele and Taylor Swift. Taylor took all of her music off of Spotify as of late last year, and she tweeted similar criticisms of Apple, which forced Apple to change its plans not to pay rights holders for streams during Apple Music's free 3-month trial. Powerhouse singer Adele chose not to stream her critically acclaimed album 25 on any digital music services. With all the ups and downs, streaming music has taken over the conversation and the music industry in 2015. This year saw a biopic about a controversial inner-city rap group go mainstream and take over the conversation in a major way. Straight Outta Compton told the story of the rise of NWA, whose profanity-laced rhymes about inner-city life in Compton made its members the fathers of gangsta rap. But Straight Outta Compton is about much more than the musical careers of Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, MC Ren, and DJ Yella. The movie and its accompanying album by Dr. Dre highlight themes of police brutality, racism, and disenfranchisement of young black men in America, themes that are still as relevant today as they were when NWA released the protest album F the Police in 1988. Straight Outta Compton is now the most successful music biopic in history, making more than 5 times its $28 million budget and opening the doors for future hip-hop biopics. And with that, Straight Outta Compton is heading straight into the record books.
Them times was priceless, being in the studio. Like me, Cube, Dre, E, and Yella. That's priceless now that I think about it.
People are scared of you guys. You have a unique voice. The world needs to hear it.
They want NWA? Let's give them NWA.
And it wasn't just the big screen that joined the forces of music and media this year. The hip-hop soap opera Empire burst on the scene back in January and has been holding its own ever since. It was Fox's biggest drama debut in 23 years and even beat out staples like American Idol.
And God, please do not withhold your blessings, even from hoes that hire skanks to spy on me. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Hallelujah.
The show pulled some big guests too, like Alicia Keys, Pitbull, Chris Rock, and Ludacris. And we can't mention Empire without mentioning Power. Stars of both series had a short-lived beef over similar show marketing strategies, and luckily, things worked out for everyone.
Hey, what's up, G? Family back in the house? Y'all living like George and Wheezy for real. Y'all did better without me than y'all would have dealt with me on the street.
50 Cent is the executive producer and one of the main characters in the Starz original drama, which has already been picked up for a 3rd season.
Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
You couldn't turn on the radio in the past year without running into Justin Bieber and his mix of infectious chart-topping records. But the comeback kid's career soared to new heights thanks to electronic producers Skrillex and Diplo, known jointly as Jack U. Back in February, the trio dropped Where Are You Now, Bieber's first single in over 2 years, catapulting the former teen heartthrob into new critically and commercially acclaimed heights. And so they're taking our number 3 spot on the countdown.
Where are you now that I need you?
was the inescapable radio hit that resurrected pop bad boy Justin Bieber from a career downturn. Produced and released by Titanic electronic producers Skrillex and Diplo under their collaborative moniker Jack U, the anthem dropped in February, quickly catching fire with Top 40 radio while introducing Bieber to an entirely new audience of EDM fans. The track went on to sell over 3 million copies worldwide and became the best-selling dance song of 2015. Bieber then tried to make amends for his checkered personal life with an appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show and then getting burned at the Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber back in March.
He may have just turned 21, but Justin will always be a baby to me, since babies piss everywhere and never know when to shut the fuck up.
Seems like only yesterday you were discovered on YouTube. Time flies when you're a piece of shit.
Natasha Leggero. This was my first time seeing you perform. You were really great, even though you didn't shoot out a single ping pong ball like Snoop promised.
21-year-old enlisted Skrillex to produce more singles, including What Do You Mean, which became an instant multi-platinum #1. Skrillex also helmed Justin's current single Sorry, which sold over 2 million units globally. Purpose debuted at #1, beating One Direction's album release the same week, only to be topped by Adele's record-smashing debut the following week. Say what you want about Justin, but 2015 was the year he converted new masses into believers.
Better make up your mind, what do you mean?
We have talked about almost every major music moment of 2015 so far, but there's 2 more massive moments right around the corner. Here's a hint: a Twitter beef may or may not be involved. Stick around, we're closing in on our #1 music story of the year. Alright guys, we're back and ready to unveil the top 2 music stories of 2015. We've already hit A-list talent like Adele, Bieber, and Dr. Dre, so who could possibly get any bigger? Drake and Future. The duo broke the internet with their collaborative mixtape What a Time to Be Alive and released critically acclaimed solo projects as well. And who could forget when Drake and Meek's trigger fingers turned to Twitter fingers? At #2 is Drake and Future's 2015 takeover. 2015 was the year Drake killed the game. The Six God has kept the blogs buzzing and streaming services spinning new cuts since the release of his If You're Reading This, It's Too Late back in February. The LP was also the first record of 2015 to go platinum. Drake set out to win this year, so it's no surprise when Meek bashed Drake for not tweeting about his album release, then accused Drake of using a ghostwriter. It started a rap war. Drake fired back with 2 diss tracks in a row titled Charged Up and Back to Back. The latter has now been nominated for a Grammy.
Niggas mad cause I got the Midas touch. You love that and you gotta get a world tour. Is that a world tour or a girl's tour? I know that you gotta be a thug for it. This ain't what she meant when she told you to open up more.
Meek Mill eventually responded with his own diss track titled Wanna Know, and the internet went crazy with endless memes about the beef, mostly aimed at Meek, making it the biggest rap battle to manifest on social media.
My mama used to hold the Berettas when it was hot. Your mama used to peek out the window and call the cops. Whoa! And the nerve of y'all niggas say y'all started from the bottom. When it's real niggas dying, cops killing metal front.
Around the same time as the Drake and Meek beef, Future's 56 Nights mixtape was taking over the streets, and his full-length DS2 debuted and went on to be one of the hottest rap albums of the year.
Man, Dirty Sprite 2, man, I got all the savages in the studio, you know what I'm saying? I'm recording, like 100 people in the session, people moving around, walking around, everybody there like all day, all morning, just working non-stop.
Then the game went to the next level. 2 of 2015's most popular hip-hop gods joined forces and created What a Time to Be Alive. The title of the LP was a perfect description for how fans felt witnessing all things Meek, Drake, and Future this year. Future, Drake, and Meek Mill had the kind of year that dreams are made of, and they kept us engaged and entertained all year long. This past half hour has led to this moment. We've reached the pinnacle of it all. It is our #1 music moment of 2015. No other artist's career skyrocketed quite like this former underground R&B crooner turned bona fide pop star. His image is unforgettable, his hits are inescapable, and his meteoric evolution is undeniable. Coming in at #1 is the rise of The Weeknd. Once the critically acclaimed voice of R&B's underground, The Weeknd, real name Abel Tesfaye, evolved from left-field crooner to global megastar with a distinct voice and an expansive sound, blending the glory of Michael Jackson with the grime of the After Hours Club. The 25-year-old Canadian singer-songwriter first landed in 2011 with his House of Balloons mixtape and a slot as the special music guest at Drake's OVO Fest that year, paving the way for The Weeknd to perform at world-renowned music festivals like Coachella the year after. Guest features on Drake's Crew Love and Wiz Khalifa's Remember You, in addition to an impressive mixtape compilation titled Trilogy, put the spotlight squarely on this budding star.
Now we're coming for the throne. We did it all alone. Now we're coming for the throne. And now that we all...
The Weeknd's major break came in the form of the song Earned It, one of the major singles promoted on the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack, and he hasn't looked back since.
Never confused. Hey, hey, I'm so used to being used. So I love when you call unexpected. 'Cause I hate when the moment's expected. So I'ma care for you.
The EXO label boss used that momentum in 2015 for his endless stream of irresistible radio hits like The Hills and Can't Feel My Face, both going 5 times platinum in the US alone, all supporting one of the most talked about album releases of the year with Beauty Behind the Madness, which earned The Weeknd a 2016 Grammy nomination for Album of the Year. Shifting pop into a new era, in 2015, every day was The Weeknd. 2015 was a year that brought us musical moments that were incredible and memorable, both culturally rich and flat-out entertaining. We've loved bringing you the music news this year, today, and every day. I'm Amit Singh. This is Revolt News' Top 10 Music Moments of 2015. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for watching.